Hello and welcome to this fresh MOOC course titled How the Brain Makes Mind. Before embarking on this course, let us take some time to orient ourselves. The need for this course arose from a previous MOOC course which I took called Psychiatry and Overview. And in the first week when we were discussing and talking about the anatomy and physiology and the way we investigate the brain. It was a glimpse of a larger subject. And I thought that probably talking about this whole process of brain is worthwhile. So there will be some overlap, a little bit overlap between that first module of the previous course and this, but with the same information set, the purpose here is different. If you notice, I haven't given a statement as a title, the statement that let's explore brain or we know brain or neurosciences. I have posited a question, how the brain makes mind. And if you ask me the answer is that we don't know yet. But we don't know is not to disparage you or discourage myself from understanding. The basic purpose is to bring forth whatever we know. And we know a lot. We know a lot. The plethora of data is so much that it may really become difficult. And if you just look at just type in the Google neurosciences or the way you understand brain, or you just type any topic from the brain, within few seconds you will get millions of papers and they are pouring in and in and in. So partly this is because neuroscience is no more a discipline which is a prerogative of biology or medical science. Neuroscience is one of the foremost interdisciplinary or cross-disciplinary subject which has come up. Physicists, mathematicians, computer engineers, especially those working in artificial intelligence and brain and computer interface, biologists, medical scientists, psychiatrists, neurophysiologists, geneticists, everybody. And you must have read in the newspaper about Obama declaring it the brain project and decade of brain, and so huge amount of money is being poured in and the output is huge. In fact, sometimes I personally feel that the output is so much, and not only scientific articles, the number of popular science books, the number of articles in physics journals, in other journals, it has become so much that it has become difficult for one person to synthesize it, and you really can't know what all that is going on in neurosciences. So we have blocks of information, lot of information, but if you still ask me whether somebody can give a comprehensive theory or equation of the brain, that is still very, very far. So few things which I wanted to share with you before we start, as I said. So what the plan of this 10-hour course is that I am not going to give you in a textbook fashion. There are a lot of good textbooks available, some of them which I have mentioned in the information template, and we will discover more as we go on. It is a journey. It is a journey which we can make together. So there may be more questions at the end of presentations. There may be new things which would come to your mind, and we would love that we share with each other. The hope is that some of you will really pick up neuroscience as a career. Some of you may actually get questions and which may decide future brain research for next 100 years or 50 years. So what is required is not, you'll have to probably leave your school approach where you want to look at slides and mug up and give assignments. I invite you to get involved into this journey. Think, go to the video again and again, go to look at the slides and keep thinking. And whatever questions come, some of them may be answered during the course of presentation, some of them will not have answers. And if I don't have an answer, you can provide answers to me. So it's a journey, as I said, and so open your mind. It's essentially an exercise to give you a state of the art neuroscience, which may not be complete, but whatever we know opens up new windows to explore. As I had mentioned in my introductory brief video, I hope some of you who are attending this course may have gone through two basic courses which have been recorded and already uploaded on NPTEL site. One of them you can keep referring back to that. One is a biological basis of behavior given by Professor Brajbhushan from IIT Kanpur. It's a video which is already there on NPTEL site. Another is a lecture by me on which is labeled as a fancy name called Beautiful Mind, which I picked up from the movie Beautiful Mind. That can be your reference point. Plus, a couple of other books which I will mention. There is a book called by Eric Kendall, who is a very well-known neuroscientist, a principal of neural sciences. And there is another book on cognition, brain and consciousness by Bars. Some of these are available on internet and otherwise in hard view. So let's embark on this, and hopefully this becomes a interesting journey for you and opens a new path. So some questions at the beginning. The title itself is a question, how the brain makes mind. Another question, what makes us sapiens? You know, our species is Homo sapiens sapiens. So this may sound as a very, very big question, a general question that, okay, it may belong to evolution, it may belong to anthropology, but just connected to this is a different question, which I am sure every human being in his lifetime will ask. And that question is, who am I? Some of you would ask, some of you may be happy enough not to ask it all your life, but somewhere along the line you ask this. And the second question, which is almost on the flip side of this, is why do I do what I do? I ask myself, all of us ask. So let's put this question at the beginning. What do we do? We all know that is behavior. Why do we do what we do? And if you look at it, just ask yourself, just take few minutes to think. You question so many things. You see there are a lot of wars, and history has whole record of destruction. But at the same time there is stories of love, there is stories of passion. Why have been human beings doing like this? And seemingly if you pick up a newspaper or listen to a TV news, half the time you keep wondering, why did this person do this? But you really don't have the answer. There may be explanation from social reasons, there may be explanation from economic reasons, but they are all higher level of explanations. A child who has to study doesn't study. A student who has to focus before the exam is panicking. People who marry each other after some years start fighting. People kill each other. There are a lot of terrorist activity going on. There are wars which are going on. There is a whole disparity of poor and rich. This is the whole drama of human life. Although there may be theoretical explanation, but the basic question, if you keep taking a reductionist approach and come to the basic, why are we doing it? It all is a creation of human mind. Now when I say this, there may be debates on this question, but I will address those debates as I move. So, let us basically look at when there were no human beings. So, we had our cousin, you see it here, the chimpanzee. So, whatever we know of evolution, it says that we separated the line of Homo sapiens separated from chimpanzees 6 million years back, and the story of modern man comes to say around 2 lakh years back, or as the new theory says that 74,000 years back there was a huge volcanic burst which almost destroyed everybody, and there was this family in the deep in Africa. So, there was one woman, and from there a lot of migration happened. That migration went to Europe, to Asia, to China. This has some fact, because these studies have been done by mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondria, if some of you know who biology, you will know it, but mitochondria is a small organelle within the cell, and the DNA within mitochondria is different from the DNA which is available for other studies from the nucleus. So, mitochondrial DNA somehow has preserved the number of migrations which has happened in the human race. So, when seeing the changes, one can tell how many migrations somebody has undergone from Africa. So, in one way, all humanity which is existing now can be traced back to probably one woman in Africa. That has some, I mean, it's not a fanciful story, because that has some substantiation, because we all share the genetic pool. More than 90%, maybe a rough data between 97 to 99% genes roughly are shared by all human beings. So, that means genetically we are the same. So, there is some truth to when people say everybody is one. It is a very small percentage of gene which creates the difference, and probably this also explains that most human beings behave in the same way. Their language may be different, their culture may be different, their dressing style may be different, their food habits may be different, but those are all external things. When it really comes to the basics, we are the same. We cry in the same way, we laugh in the same way. All cultures, laughter is a laughter. You always have to grin when you laugh. You cry in the same way. You eat in the same way. So, present human race, which has Homo sapiens, this shares a common genetic pool, and that is our basic template. So, any kid who is born, we will talk about how the brain develops, and you will see what similarity it has. But there are differences. So, we all have two hands, eyes, ears, same structure. Now, heights may differ, the eyes of the color of the eyes may differ, the skin may differ, your face may differ, but these are small genetic variations which have created, the small genetic variations can create such a variety. So, nature is very economic. So, but let us look, are we the only species which are like this, or there are other species? You look at this picture, this is a very interesting 1926. If you look at this left thing, which is a infant chimpanzee, and it is written here, the infant looks much closer to human, but as it grows up, the chimpanzee starts looking different from human beings. Now, this is how the genetic unfolds. It is not that the environment has made the chimpanzee like this, or the human infant is like this and it becomes, this is the genetic program. So, we all know that genetics is the nature. There was a point of time, in fact, when this almost 5 species of homos were living, Australopithecus, habilis, erectus, Neanderthales and Homo sapiens. But somehow, see the last one, Homo sapiens, it has survived. It means we have survived. It means you have survived. How? And in the survival, we have become like what we have become. Why didn't we remain like chimpanzees? Or do chimpanzees have some behavior like us? The data shows yes. There is a common gene pool, and chimpanzees share a lot of genes with us. But chimpanzees did not we are different. We did not evolve like chimpanzees. Although some chimpanzees in some anthropology experiments have been trained to speak, they did pick up some words. There has been some behavioral similarity with human beings, like sometimes group violence, like sexual behavior. But human beings overall have crossed all those limitations and have proved to be more complex species over time. Now, we have become different, but we share the genes with other animals. So, where do we stand in the whole nature? We, just to mention by the way, that it's not a very charitable history human beings have. Actually, Homo sapiens is known for group violence and terminating some other species, like we are still doing. We have killed so many species, but somehow together we have survived. So, man is a social animal, may not be a really sociological statement, it may very well be a biological statement. And when we discover how the brain functions, we may actually be able to prove that it is. So, we look at it, where do we stand? We share with many animals these faculties of awareness, perception, attention, orientation, movement, memory. You see, all animals do this. They are aware of their surrounding. And when I am talking of awareness, I am not talking of consciousness in the philosophical sense. They perceive things, they pay attention, they orient themselves, movement, memory, thinking. I have written here, but we really don't know whether they think. And if they think, whether they think in words or language, because nobody else is known to have the verbal word language like we are known to have. Birds have a language, the cooing sound. It's a very, very complex sound which they can create. Other animals are known to signal to each other by non-verbal movements or by verbal movements, but animals are known to have different energy levels and moods. So, what I would suggest, you can close your eyes for a second. So, think of yourself when you close your eyes and sit in a moment of blank, just focus on the present. When you are not thinking, you are not using words, you are not planning future, you are not thinking about past. In that moment of blank, probably you may get as close to as mind of animal, which is a word free mind. The images may come, we don't know whether they think in images. They think in images, a lot of experimentations have proved, because there is a pattern which goes into their head also, otherwise they would not remember. Dogs remember, other animals remember, elephants remember. So, probably we don't know whether they have words which are going into their head and they are not speaking, or they are images which are going into their head to which they react. But if you stop word and thinking and conscious awareness of your plans and all that, you may get just a glimpse of what it is all about. Now, if I ask you to close your eyes and don't think about monkeys, try it. Just close your eyes and don't think about monkeys. What did you experience? I am sure what would have happened for most people is, if I had not mentioned monkeys, there would not have been any monkey in your head. But the moment I said monkey, some monkey would crop up in your head. So, is it monkey which is creeping into your head, or is the mind which is behaving like a monkey? Now, this is the $1,000,000 question. With all the drama which happens in human life, why does your mind behave like it? And also, ask yourself another question. What quality has made you reach here? You are listening to this MOOC course, you may be an engineering student or a doctor or somebody interested in brain. Why didn't your dog come here? What has made you survive in the competition against other humans? Not all human beings have reached to a level to go and understand brain, or make a rocket, or make a bomb, or some people are surviving at very basic of earning their bread and butter. But even that earning bread and butter is very complicated in life. That is the behavior. If you widen this whole thing, what has made you reach to this human thing? Is our brain the best? Okay, if let me tell you some facts. Our brain can hear sound between 20 to 20,000 hertz. Dogs can hear frequencies outside this. There are animals which can see farther than us. There are animals who can move in darkness. The birds, how have you ever guessed? You must be knowing, how do the birds from Siberia come to lakes in India? Or how does the bird go? It has already, the bird's mind is already oriented like in a GPS system with the Earth's geomagnetic field, and it moves in those geodesics and doesn't miss out. Birds have memory, dogs have memory, fish, the colors. I mean, you can ask, why does nature have to have so many things? So, some animals have extreme qualities when it comes to the sensory thing, like hearing, like visualizing. Some animals are very, very robust in muscle power, lion for that matter, or elephant in size. So, there are animals who are larger than us, there are animals who are more agile than us, there are animals who are more sensitive. If you see a solar eclipse, if you would have seen it, that even before it starts becoming dark, the cows turn back and start going their home. They would have sensed that. Animals are being used to sense earthquakes much before it is coming. But human beings have been restricted in these sensory motor capabilities. We have limited power, we have a limited range where we can listen, there is a limited range which we can see, and so our brain has already done it. It has come with our posture change also, like we were on all fours and human beings have really stood up erect. It has changed their sexuality, it has changed their way of reproduction, it has changed the way you look at it. Animals which have on fours and they have eyes on the side to scan the whole environment for the predators, as we have stood up, our eyes have come into the front. So, our visual field is restricted than most animals, but something else has happened in the brain. What has happened is that all that was restricted has been given like a new dimension of thought, of abstract thinking, of judgment, of exploration, of being able to fiddle with nature and create creativity. Creativity is a new thing which has evolved in the human brain and its functioning. It is also the complexity. So, this is the broad background on where we are living. This whole need to understand brain. What I am not sure whether animals whether they are really bothered about understanding themselves, or they do. I don't think they sit and philosophize on why am I doing this, or why a lion thinks why am I going to go and hunt and eat a buffalo. Lion has to eat. When it feels hungry, it satiates itself and then it will not do it. Human beings have developed new style of living. Like human beings don't live alone. They were hunters. From that hunter they got fire, they developed tools, then they started hunting, then they started living together, made family, produced kids, developed farming lands, then they created villages, cities, town, and the whole comfort of life. We also started hoarding. We also started bothering about future. We also started putting in efforts to store food, to money, to make security. Animals also do this if you look closely, but they do it in a need based and almost in tandem with nature. With season, the bear has to hibernate, it feels the need to go and eat and store. Lion will hunt, take food, as long as his tummy is full, it will not get out. Birds make their nest, pigeons, let me give, I mean, it's all intertwined. If you think it's all separate, it's not that. Pigeons have huge memory of patterns, huge memory. And they can store something into 75, 100 or that type of patterns. No wonder pigeons come and make their nest on the 7th floor and 8th floor of apartment. Who knows there was a tree there. So, that pattern is already established. So, that movement, but this is all entwined with the electromagnetic, geomagnetic field of the earth, seasonal variation, temperature variation. Animals get into sexual activity only when there is a estrous cycle, when there is a hormonal change within their body. Human beings somehow, the way they have evolved, and it is the brain which has evolved like this, has somehow separated themselves from this conditioning of nature. They are still with nature, they have their own rhythm and all, which we will discuss towards the last lectures when we try to discover sleep. But human beings have largely, they have freed themselves, and so they have the capability to poke the nature and decide what they want to do. This decision making, this will, the conscious will, the attention, the whole array of human activity which has given some control over life, that is typically human. So, we will try to explore this, because this all comes from this thing which is closed within the skull called brain, the 1.3 kg of pink substance. Now, the way I have devised the lectures, I have not categorically separated them, although at some points it may be there. So, one lecture will telescope into another, and with a time limitation we will try to separate them. So, do not bother if there is no clear beginning and clear end, because what I want you to do and what I wish to tell you is the way it has grown, the way it is evolved with some history mixed in. So, it will keep going telescoping into one another, but it will try to make a continuity. You can always flip on and off, there may be some repetitiveness and overlap with other things, but do not bother about it too much, and hopefully it will be clear to you. So, keep this general background in mind, and then if you then we will see how the whole thing functions, and try to keep correlating with the general questions, which will help you orient. Thank you. I will see you in the next lecture with more specific thing about brain. Thank you.